Hi guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thanks very much for joining me this evening. Well, as you can see here, I have a Caran product to review for you, but you may not know straight away what this product is. And before I get into explaining what it is and how it works and all the rest of it, this was actually, I'd done a review of some watercolor pencils quite a while ago, and a very dear friend of mine here on YouTube, Valerie, who is does all she has a YouTube channel called Drawing with Fire. Does all the I think it's called pyro art, where you burn all the wood and stuff like that there. You should go across. I'll have a link to her channel down below. If you don't already know who she is, that is because Valerie is incredibly popular in the art community. But if for some reason you don't know, I'll have a link to her channel down below. Go across, take a look at some of the work she does. It's absolutely phenomenal. Anyway, she was watching one of my reviews and she said to me, you know how, because in the review I was I had some watercolor pencils and I was scrubbing them on some watercolor paper and lifting the pigment off and putting it onto the art. And Valerie said, you know Harry, there's actually a product out there for that, rather than you wasting paper or trying to lift the pigment off the paper when it's absorbing into the paper. And so she told me about this Caran product, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it, have a little go of it, see what it's like, and then review it for people. Because I didn't know anything about it until Valerie told me, and so I'm hoping maybe some of you guys have never heard of it, and this video will help you out. And I think it adds another dimension to watercolor pencils or watercolor crayons, that type of thing, because I personally think watercolor pencils and crayons are very, very versatile mediums in any case, as I've spoke about many times in my reviews beforehand. Now, before I get into actually what this does, I know some of you are probably looking at this and thinking, this looks like, because somebody said about it on the live stream the other day, said that it looks like a chopping block that you would get from IKEA or something like that. And you know what? In fairness, you probably could go out and get something like that and it would maybe do a similar type job. I really don't know. But what I do know is this is the only art product that I can find from any of the companies and stuff like that does this particular job. And so, at the end of the day, if you want to go and get something from a kitchen supply store and use it, and if it works, awesome. But if not, there's this device out there as well. Now, I'll go through pricing and all that there at the end of the video, because normally I just write them down over in the Art Gear Guide, but it's just one product here. So I don't mind going over it on the video. So anyway, as you can see here, it's this white plastic. It's really quite strong. Obviously has the Caran name there down at the bottom. Has this little hold, just like you would do in any normal painter's palette. Has this hold in here and these grooves around the side here, which allow, for comfortable grip. So you can put it on your hand. Let me get a pencil and demonstrate it properly. So you could put it on your hand like that and then scrub your watercolor pencil, get your brush and then lift the pigment off. And obviously it's right or left-handed. It doesn't really matter which. So you can put it on that hand as well. Doesn't really matter. Works either way. Now, one side of it, I'm not too sure whether you're going to be able to see this, but one side of it is like textured. Not very, very textured, but it is textured. When you run your finger over, you can feel the little bumps and stuff like that. And then on the other side, it's completely smooth. Now, obviously, with the likes of watercolor pencils or watercolor crayons, the smooth side is redundant. You can't use that. But what you can use it for, and what I have used it for, is aqua-based markers. So you can rub your marker on there and then lift the pigment off that way, or blend it or mix it. Now, you can see a little bit of stain in here because I obviously took a lot of photographs and stuff like that of this before I'd done this review, and you can see a little bit of stain in there, which, you are going to get staining, I should imagine, throughout the course of your time using this, but it doesn't, so long as you wash it off properly, it doesn't affect the pigments and stuff like that whenever you're going back over it. So I'm going to show you now how this works. So I have two Neo Color crayons here. Let me just get into a better position. And basically all you do is rub the crayon across the surface like so. Okay, so you've got your, and then you would get your red. So I've got a red and a yellow here. After that, then you get your watercolor brush, dip it into your water, and then you simply mix it up, blend it all up. I don't really think I put a lot of pigment on there, but you can see there that it's turning orange. And then you can start lifting it off and using it in whatever which way that your art is going. Obviously, you can create a lot of different techniques with this. I'm going to show you now what it's like with the pencils. So again, I've got a yellow Caran Museum Aquarelle pencil here. I'm just going to put a little bit more pigment on there than what I did with the Neo Color. And then I've got a blue Caran Museum Aquarelle as well. There you go. And you can see a lot of crumbling there, but obviously, that doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you want all that because it's going to mix together. So you get your brush. And you mix it all together and you get a green. And obviously then you can work with this as it's on your arm and you're doing things. But what it does is, like I said, it gives a little bit more versatility to watercolor pencils or watercolor crayons. And it just gives you a little bit more scope for blending and mixing colors together and I suppose extending the life of the paint, because once it's down on paper in the pencil form and then you wet it, it's going to start absorbing into the paper. Obviously that's what watercolor paper is for, but as with when it's on this plastic, it's going to extend the life of the paint for you, I think. Now, in terms of pricing and stuff like that, I got this for £7, which some of you may think that's quite expensive for a piece of plastic. But again, with so many different art supplies, it depends. It depends on whether you're going to use this all the time. It depends on whether you really enjoy using watercolor pencils or like the watercolor crayons, these types of things here. It depends on so many different factors. If these are the types of mediums that you enjoy using, then £7 or $10, whatever, isn't going to be a huge amount of money to spend on a product like this, because you're going to get good use out of it. It's going to help you with your art. It's going to help you with your preferred medium. So I'm just going to show you now. I don't have any. Ordinarily, when I'm doing reviews, I like to stick to the one company that I'm the product that I'm reviewing. I don't like mixing different products in. But unfortunately, I only have one set of water-based markers, and that's the Spectrum Noir markers. But I still want to show you how they work on the smooth side. So you would just lay your colour down like that. I've got a yellow marker here. And then you would get your brush. Obviously, you don't need as much water with this. And then start mixing it all together. And there you've got a nice green to work with. And again, you know, if you have a lot of aqua-based markers, again, it's going to add that little bit of versatility, because when you're using the markers and you're putting them directly on the paper, you're very limited to the time that you have, and once you wet them and stuff like that, blending them and mixing them and stuff like that, it all becomes a time factor. You've got to do it quite fast before it starts absorbing away and stuff like that. So this product, I personally think, if watercolor pencils and watercolor markers and anything aqua based are mediums that you really enjoy, then this is going to be a fantastic little product for you to use and keep, and you know, just have on your desk anytime you're doing it. Anyway, guys, that's my review of the Caran palette, and I personally love this little product. I think it's a great product. And yes, like I said, you know, you can go out and get a couple of chopping boards or whatever and cut them up and make them whatever size you want. But for the sake of £7 or $10, I think it's excellent value for money. Anyway, guys, like I said, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget, go across and check out Valerie's YouTube channel. It's absolutely phenomenal. The artwork that she's able to create by just, you know, burning into wood and different materials that she has. It's absolutely fantastic. It was Valerie that put me on to this, and so thank you, Valerie. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this review. I look forward to seeing you again in the next one. I have a lot of different products to review coming up, so stay tuned, and hopefully I will be reviewing a product that you're looking to buy for yourself soon. Don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. The links for that will all be down below. You can go across to the Art Gear Guide, and there's also links for all the different social media sites that I'm part of as well over there. And as usual, I will have a full written review with still images of this and different things that you can do with this over in the Art Gear Guide. Thanks, guys. Bye.